Alright, so this is our Green Red Tailed Ratsnake cage that we just put together. Green Red Tailed Ratsnakes are from Indonesia, which means that they like it super duper humid and moist. Moist not being soaking wet, but at least very, very humid within the cage. Over here we have a nice deep water bowl. No water in it yet, but that's coming. In the back there's a bamboo hollow. We've got some cork flats in here. Another half of a bamboo hollow. This is a ficus tree, just to make it pretty. Plus live plants breathe and help provide a little bit more ambient humidity within the cage. Bedding wise, this is a nice mix of orchid bark and cypress mulch. I like cypress mulch for the way it looks, but this is such a large cage that I didn't want to use nothing but cypress mulch. The mix of the mulch and the orchid bark really does have a nice texture to it and looks really naturalistic. For a really, really pretty, unique cage. And that's the cold side. Over here, we have the warm side. We've got a couple pieces of well, these aren't actually cork. These are Pacific grapewood. And this is a nice curving branch, and I draped some New Zealand sphagnum moss on it, so it hangs kind of like a curtain. Once the snake gets in there, it's probably not going to stay that way, but it looks pretty cool right now. Over here we have the little basking spot. Now green red-tailed rat snakes can take cooler temperatures, but they really truly do love to bask at high temperatures, which is why I provided a cave over here for it to hide in. This one also has damp moss in it as well for a humid hiding spot. And the top of the cave is a fake rock, which will get nice and warm, which will be perfect for him, so he can choose to get warm or cool depending on what it prefers. So while this side of the cage is going to be nice and warm, with this basking spot here hitting 90 to 95, the cool side of the cage over there is only going to be about room temperature, which here in the store is about 75 to 80 on average. You can see that we have quite a bit of moss in here. I really, really like the sphagnum moss for humidity-loving reptiles. What'll happen with it is it'll absorb a lot of water, and then as it evaporates, that moisture goes into the air, which creates the humidity that, again, these animals really, really love and really need. So there's the cage. Now it's just about time to put him in. Now, green red-tailed rat snakes are known for having a fairly aggressive personality at best. But if you work with them and handle them carefully, they're usually not too bad to work with. The key is just working within what makes them comfortable. So Eliot here is using a hook. For him and the snake, it does make it a lot easier to handle, a lot easier to work with. You can actually see what it's doing is it's puffing up its neck, and that is actually a threat display to scare off predators, along with that slow tongue flick that it's doing right now. There we go. Now he's going in. Green red-tailed rat snakes actually have an inflatable throat pouch, and that is how they're able to expand their neck so much. There he goes, cruising around. Pretty cool animals, super, super neat. They make great display creatures. But the important thing is to understand that it is a semi-aggressive animal, and it is not the easiest of creatures to maintain the cage conditions for. So we don't recommend them for beginners. However, if you want a really cool, unique, and big, awesome snake, these guys are certainly really neat display animals. And there you go.